Have you ever noticed how tired your mind feels, even when your body is resting? You sit quietly, but your thoughts keep talking. You try to focus, but your head feels full of worries, full of plans, full of things you should have done and things you still haven't done. Now let me ask you something gently. What if the problem is not that your life is too hard, but that your mind is too full? Today's story is not about success or money or big dreams. It is about something simpler and more powerful. It is about learning how to empty your mind so you can finally hear yourself again. Take a slow breath, and let's begin. There was a man named Daniel. He was not special, he was not famous. He was just like you. Daniel woke up early every day. He checked his phone before getting out of bed. Messages, news, work emails, reminders. Before his feet touched the floor, his mind was already tired. During the day, Daniel did many things. He worked, he talked to people, he made decisions. From the outside, his life looked fine, but inside, his mind felt noisy. When he tried to relax, his thoughts got louder. When he tried to sleep, his worries stayed awake. Even simple moments felt heavy. One evening, after a long day, Daniel sat alone in his room. No music, no phone, just silence. At first, the silence felt uncomfortable. His thoughts rushed in quickly. Things he said wrong, things he didn't say, things he feared might happen. Then he noticed something interesting. The noise was not coming from the room, it was coming from his mind. Think about this for a moment. How often are you quiet on the outside, but noisy on the inside? A few days later, Daniel visited an old friend. Not a teacher, not a coach, just someone calm. They sat together without talking much. After some time, Daniel said, "I feel tired all the time. My mind never stops." His friend smiled softly and said, "Your mind is full because you never let it empty." Daniel looked confused. His friend continued, "You keep adding thoughts, more goals, more fears, more opinions, but you never remove anything." That sentence stayed with Daniel. We clean our rooms, we delete old messages, we throw away useless things. But when was the last time you cleaned your mind? Pause for a second. Think about this. Daniel started paying attention to small moments. When he waited in line, he checked his phone. When he walked, he planned the future. When he rested, he remembered the past. His mind was always somewhere else. And maybe yours is too. You eat, but you think about work. You talk, but you prepare your next reply. You rest, but you feel guilty for resting. This is how the mind becomes crowded, not because life is busy, but because we never give our thoughts a place to rest. Daniel realized something important. A full mind cannot feel peace. A full mind cannot see clearly. A full mind cannot enjoy the present moment. Daniel did not quit his job. He did not move to a quiet place. He did not change his life. He changed one small habit. Every morning, before touching his phone, he sat quietly for 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes. No music, no thinking on purpose, no problem solving. He simply noticed his thoughts. When a thought came, he did not fight it. He did not follow it. He let it pass like a cloud. At first, it was difficult. His mind wanted to talk, to plan, to worry. But slowly, something changed. The space between his thoughts became wider. And in that space, he felt lighter. This is important. Emptying your mind does not mean having no thoughts. It means not holding every thought. You don't need to answer every question in your head. You don't need to solve every problem right now. You don't need to believe every story your mind tells you. Some thoughts are useful. Some are just noise. Learning the difference changes everything. Think about this quietly. Daniel began to notice how his reactions changed. When something went wrong, he paused. When someone spoke harshly, he listened instead of reacting. When fear appeared, he observed it. His life did not become perfect, but his mind became clearer. And with a clearer mind, life felt easier to carry. In the next part of this story, you will see how emptying the mind helped Daniel make better choices, feel calmer in difficult moments, and finally trust himself again. Take a slow breath and continue listening. As weeks passed, Daniel noticed something surprising. His problems were still there. Work was still busy. Life was still uncertain. But the weight felt different. Why? Because he was no longer adding extra noise. Before, one problem created 10 worries. Now, one problem stayed one problem. This is the power of an empty mind. Not escape, not denial, clarity. One day, Daniel made a mistake at work. In the past, this would stay in his head all night. But this time, he noticed his thoughts saying, "You are not good enough." He paused. He did not argue with the thought. He did not believe it either. He simply said to himself, "This is just a thought," and it lost its power. Think about this gently. How many times do your thoughts control your mood? How often do you confuse thoughts with facts? Daniel learned a simple rule. If a thought helps him act wisely, he keeps it. If it only creates fear or guilt, he lets it go. This rule saved his energy. You have limited energy every day. Where you spend it matters. A crowded mind wastes energy. A clear mind uses it well. This is not about being positive all the time. It is about being present. Over time, people noticed a change in Daniel. He listened more. He reacted less. He spoke calmly. Someone asked him, "How are you so calm lately?" Daniel smiled and said, "I stopped carrying thoughts that don't belong to now." That is a powerful lesson. You don't need to carry yesterday into today. You don't need to live tomorrow before it arrives. This moment is enough. Pause here. Feel your breath. Feel where you are. Emptying your mind does not make you weak, it makes you strong. Because when the mind is quiet, you can hear your values, your intuition, your real needs. Noise hides wisdom. Silence reveals it. Daniel finally trusted himself, not because he knew everything, because he was no longer afraid of not knowing. And that changed how he lived. You don't need hours. You don't need special tools. Just start small. One quiet moment. One deep breath. One thought you choose not to follow. That is how the mind learns to rest. That is how life feels lighter. As you finish listening, don't rush away. Sit with this idea for a moment. What thought can you let go of today? What noise can you release? You don't need to fix your whole life. You only need to create space inside your mind. Come back to this story whenever your thoughts feel heavy. Listen again. Practice gently. A calm mind is not empty. It is free.